think we've gone live. Um, yeah, it looks like we've actually finally gone live there. What's up, guys? Looks like we've already got one or two people joining the live stream, which is great. In terms of what I got coming up, hey Akhtar, how are you, buddy? Thanks for joining. Couple of things sort of coming up. A bit of a brief, I guess. Couple of topics. I was going to talk a little bit about what the skiing's been like lately in Revelstoke with the conditions. I got a couple of clips to share on that. I'm good, Akhtar. Thanks for asking, buddy. Yeah, just had a bit of skiing on the mountain this afternoon, and just taking a little bit of a backseat though for the rest of this weekend, because the last 2 weeks in Revelstoke have been out of this world. But yeah, I hope you're having a good time where you are, Akhtar. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about conditions and share with you a couple of clips from the last couple of weeks that I didn't have enough to make a video out of. So I thought this could be a cool way of showing that. I also wanted to talk a little bit, update you guys on stuff from sort of behind the scenes, just the whole vlogging this ski season. And then in case you're curious about the thumbnail, the heliskiing, had a day on that on Friday, and I can talk a little bit about that. I don't want to reveal too much, but I do have a clip to share with you. Looks like there are a couple of other people who have joined the stream, so this is going out on YouTube and on Facebook as well. So whoever's actually watching and wherever you are, feel free to pop in the chat and say hey, and let me know where you are in the world. Yeah, Akhtar, it's not far, buddy. So Akhtar's one of the teammates here in Revi. We're part of a cricket team, and yeah, actually, I'm going to be contacting a couple of the teams down in Kelowna soon, and I'll try and organize some more games for this summer. We're working on things there. Akhtar, do you ski when you're here? Do you ever get up on the mountain yourself? So yeah, I guess I'll talk a little bit about some of the stuff behind, also, I guess, the idea of the live stream. So with all the skiing that's gone on in the last 2 weeks, have pretty much been just non-stop skiing, working, vlogging, all of that come in, and kind of caught myself with a little bit of burnout in the last week or so. So when it came to getting my days off this weekend, I didn't want to push myself too hard on the mountain, and I thought this could be a little bit of an informal but engaging way to sort of bring videos to you guys, and also engage directly with you and over the comment section, like I'm doing with Akhtar. And I always enjoy making the connections through the videos and the comments, and through the other means. So you can ask me anything during these live streams about the skiing, about life in Revelstoke. I'm sure at some point there's going to get a question on permanent residency or work visas, and that's what this is for. I hope that by doing this, it'll be a little bit, nice and authentic and direct with you guys, and we can build up some new connections through it. And I do hope to do more of these. So let's see how it goes. Like I said, no, not yet. Next year, though, for sure, beginner, and Tough would like to take lessons from you. Actually, if you can get there's a good deal that you can actually get with the resort for like a first time ever beginner. like for a beginner first lesson. I can't remember the exact cost overall, but I do know, like, if you booked a like a group lesson with them as a toe beginner, they'll do a deal for an extra $20 that includes the rental and the lift ticket on that day. It's like a one-time thing for someone who's never skied before. Um, I'd happily take you up and give some pointers, but only after you've like taken lessons. Like I wouldn't be right to teach you how to ski. Like that's best done by an instructor. Yeah, let the pros do that. But yeah, happy to bump into you at some time on the mountain. Um, so what I'm going to do, as I did say, I said this was going to be informal and relaxed. So I've got myself a beer here. I'm going to crack one open. So cheers to you, all you that are watching. Looks like we've got 5 so far. And yeah, happy Sunday. Yeah. The Canadian beers are pretty good out here. Yeah, actually, like it's never, definitely I'd recommend getting just at least the one lesson, just so you learn the basics. Like, there's lots of people who get their friends to teach them, but it's a huge gamble and risk, because if they don't get taught the core basics and they have an accident on the mountain, it could be game over. So better to play it safe and go get a beginner lesson first. And they start you off very simply from like putting your boots on and learning how to clip into skis and actually walking around on skis, because that isn't a feeling in itself, is actually getting used to that. So yeah, definitely have a think about that. But if you've got any actually, like, I guess, sort of questions about the skiing on the mountain, um, let me know. I mean, it's like it's a pretty tough hill to actually learn to ski on, but if you can master skiing on Revelstoke, you can probably ski anywhere. That's just my opinion, though. So I guess I'll talk a little bit about the Revelstoke skiing conditions, the snow, and share with you what it's been like over the last couple of weeks. Because if you've been watching the vlogs and you've seen the powder, it's definitely transformed things from what it was prior. I actually think in some ways the 2 snowstorms we've had, has kind of saved our season, because before this we hadn't actually had any heavy snow until I think we've got Joni is tuning in from Australia. I can see you guys. Your comments popped up on the YouTube chat, but I'm streaming this through StreamYard, so I actually can't see your comments on the one thing, but I can see them here on YouTube. So I'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, talk about the heliski day. I will. I have one clip from the heliski day, which I'm holding off near to the end. But that was incredible. I dare say it was better than the heliskiing last year, because we got more runs from it. And yeah, just with the combined with all the snow that we'd had, like I think the guides were saying, like the day before, they were saying it was at least 60 centimeters fresh in the Alpine, and that was before it was then snowing again, and then we finally got out there. So yeah, but how are things in Australia? Let me know. Yeah, how you guys are settling in there? Well, yeah, the snow has definitely sorted us out the last 2 weeks. And in terms of how it felt to ski, the more snow we've had, the more forgiving it's definitely been to actually ski on. Last weekend we had something like 40 centimeters in 48 hours, something like that. And now your YouTube comments are coming through, Joni. Now I can see it. Okay, so windy windy now, but no snow yet in Australia. So when does the actual ski season start in Australia? When does it actually start? Yeah, 40 centimeters in 48 hours was, yeah, it was mind blowing. I had to dig the car out the driveway, and it took me an hour. Never had to do that before. Like when you guys were here last year, Joni and Jeremy, like that was, we had some good days, but it was, pretty gradual. Yeah, Revelstoke. Yeah, Actor, you're right there. Revelstoke. That's pretty much what the last couple of weeks has kind of been like, and yeah, I know the Christmas storm. A lot of people got stuck. Okay, so the snow in Australia comes first weekend of June, right about the time that we might finally be able to. Well, the mountain biking will just start to open at the bottom slopes, maybe on the resort here at Revi. Yeah, it did get better. Yeah, so glad your season got better. We're a bit jealous. Yeah. Well, it was doing. I mean, you kind of for a long while you probably weren't missing much because of how little snow we'd had, and yeah, it's definitely felt like proper Revelstoke in the last 2 weeks because I don't know. It was just before that, because of the lack of consistent snow and deep powder, it's not like you were confined to the pistes, but you would you definitely sort of were skiing within yourself until the snow arrived, and then now it was just getting up in the bowls. And do you know what? I'll play a clip. I'll play a clip. So this is a clip of Montana Bowl. Finally got out in there. I don't think I ever went over into Montana Bowl with Joni and Jeremy last year, but this was last Monday, and so it actually cleared up. We had blue sky, and this was a little bit of a rundown.
Woohoo! Woo! Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
Just let me know if that's actually playing all right in the video, in the live stream. I uploaded this in 1080 to the stream because I don't think I've got this set up to upload in 4K, which I normally would on the vlogs. But super, lots of tons of fresh snow, and this is also like the busiest 2 weekends of the season in Revelstoke. So the timing of when the snow arrived was perfect, but some of the lift lines, like if you saw in one of those vlogs that I did, that lift line went through. It went through the plaza, and it went down to past the Sun Place Hotel, into the car park, and round into the staff car parking. So it was busy out there. Yeah, so that was Montana Bowl, and that's been a little fun place where I've enjoyed quite a bit in the last few weeks. If anyone's ever been to Montana Bowl, it's an area, actually skiers right off the top of the Stoke chair, and you push over past Hot Sauce and the glades there, and you actually you dip under the ropes, but it's an area you can get to, and then at the bottom there it'll bring you down to a cat track, which you then traverse back onto the resort line there. I've actually got a second clip of the lower part here of Montana Bowl heading in that, so I'll roll that for you here as well. A little bit more tracked out down here. Because by this point, quite a few people have actually been in there, but you know, it wasn't crusty. The snow was still soft and just fun riding. Yeah, I really don't know how these videos are actually playing in the stream. It's quite, I'm seeing it quite choppy. Guys, if you're seeing the same, just let me know in the comments actually, and I'll have to do some research for next time. But yeah, super soft snow in there. Yeah, that was Montana Bowl. They do quite a bit of touring off the back there, which is always good fun. Hey to the 4 people who are watching right now. Thanks for watching, whoever's tuning in. Yeah, so far we've had Jeremy from Australia in the comments. Akhtar, I think Akhtar's here in Revi as well somewhere. So, yeah, that's getting a bit of an international community, which I'll talk a little bit more on later. Now, the one area which I missed out on skiing over the storm was Greeley Bowl. So I've done that quite a bit in the last few weeks. I had an awesome run up there with camera guy Tom, and we went into a little run called Gracias, which was just like out of this world. But with all the snow that they had over the weekend, they had North Bowl was actually shut until Monday. You could get to lower North Bowl, but upper you couldn't. So you could only access through Sweet Spot. And then Greeley Bowl, they had shut because the avalanche risk was too high until Tuesday. So I missed that. I was back in the office. But I did and the reason I know it was shut was because I tried to get over there and patrol were like standing there, and they weren't letting anyone get there on the Monday when I tried to head over there. So I actually got a little bit of a clip there, just having a bit of a funny laugh there with the patrol guy who was standing there being, just ensuring everyone's safety. So we had to drop down into North Bowl on the Monday because you couldn't get to North Bowl or Greeley on the Sunday, and then Greeley was still shut on Monday. So I'll roll this and show you this clip as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greeley
maintenance. Does that give you anything?
doesn't. Sorry, man.
No.
Yeah, we're closing. Greeley's open tomorrow.
Okay.
We're just not opening anymore else today.
But I'm in the office tomorrow. Can't you just open it now?
I know.
What is it? Yeah. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah! Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, that's incredible!
Yeah, I really don't know if these are playing in the stream. Joni, if you're still here, is that playing in the stream? Can you see that? Yeah, if anyone who is watching, can you actually see that video playing? I want to be able to show you this clip from the heliskiing, but I actually not sure if that actually played. Let me try to play that again. I don't know. Maybe it's just.
Is that?
Maybe it's just on my side here.
Yeah, we're closing. Greeley's open tomorrow.
Okay.
We're just not opening anymore else today.
But I'm in the office tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't I don't know. It didn't look like that stream is working from my end, but that's a work in progress. Skiing today, actually at Revelstoke, managed to get a couple of runs in just after the afternoon. Got a couple of nice fast groomers in today. It was nice fun, quite quiet up there compared to the last couple of weeks. Like March time now starts to taper off in terms of the numbers. I mean, if we get another powder day, the locals, of course, are going to come out in force, but I don't think we're going to get as many of the the sort of the travelers coming from US destinations on the Icon Pass, and maybe people coming up from the Okanagan areas. But yeah, I got a couple of fast groomers in. It was slick. There was a thin layer of snow on top of the groomers there, so you could put some good carving in. I did actually get one hike up to the sub peak, that was also closed until Tuesday this week, and there was actually still some good powder up there. It wasn't too deep, quite slightly wind slabbed, but you could slice through it and have some good sort of runs with the skis actually reaching up a little bit. So that was a kind of nice fun one. And then came down here to get prepped for the live stream. And the forecast right now, it's looking forecast right now is looking actually pretty quiet. Kind of like for the next week, the outlook is very similar to what we've had today, which was sunny with cloudy periods, alpine temperatures around sort of -10, -8, which is your typical average like temperatures up in the mountains there. And there's chance of flurries. Some of the nights it's still pretty cold actually down in the resort here, so that's kind of good for those lower slopes as well, that we're still getting that freezing level down to the base of the mountain there. And actually even in the run into the storms that we had recently, it was cold enough that they were running the cannons like late January, mid-Feb. So that's kind of, again, good signs that the run into the end of the season now is going to be good. I can't actually believe that we've got just under 6 weeks left of this season. I don't like January kind of went a bit slow, but you've kind of like woken up now, and after a couple of amazing weeks has gone, where has the season gone? Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens, because although it's going to stay cold with the bit of sun that it's forecasting, then a couple of those lower runs might start to feel a bit springy again, like when we had some of the warmer weather in December and January. But things can change at a dime, and maybe we might get a surprise storm come in, as seems to happen every now and then. And yeah, March generally has been pretty good skiing. And last year was a little bit different. February was actually quite a dry month last winter compared to this one, which is just ramped up big time. So yeah, I'm hoping we get another storm roll in pretty soon, just to keep things fresh for anyone who is coming here, and keep the powder runs in. Looks like we've got 3 people watching at the moment. So hey, to whoever you guys are, wherever you are, feel free to say hi in the chat. And like I said at the start, like if anybody's got any questions about anything, about Revelstoke, about skiing, about ski seasons and residency, whatever it is, just put it in the chats. And yeah, I'll definitely answer those. I'll read them out and answer them. I'm going to talk a little bit now about actually the channel and the vlog. It's not something that's worth like doing a specific video over, but I thought this could be quite a cool way of sharing it with you guys in terms of some of the things behind the scenes, because this is winter number 5, so it's season 5 of the vlog effectively, and we're just approaching 400 videos right now, which is a little bit crazy when I think about it. But I've been doing a couple of trying to move things forward this winter, but whilst being consistent trying those new things like the shorts, like the more of the consistent community posts and tabs, and trying to work on different aspects of my video making. Like specifically B-roll is one I'm always trying to get better at, and which is like that bit. Like a B-roll is that bit in between the action skiing and me talking to the camera. So maybe the more scenic stuff, and doing it with a little GoPro like this. It's a learning process. But I'll be honest with you guys, actually, for all the fun that it looks like I've been having over the last couple of weeks in making these videos, which is true, it's also been a massive struggle behind the scenes because of this, specifically these. So this is the GoPro 10 Black, and quite recently my patience with these batteries has reached a boiling point, because I don't even think I had this much of a problem last year, and I've got 3 of these batteries, but they repeatedly struggle in the cold temperatures. So it's been hard, because what will happen is I'll be filming a bit on the slopes, and if there's any little bit of cold wind, the battery, the GoPro will just shut down completely. Like it'll throw a paddy and basically just say, "Oh, we've run out of battery," and then it'll close. And that's actually been quite problematic in my video making, and it stopped me filming some of the things that I wanted to film and kind of show you guys. I was super nervous on the heliskiing day, because pretty early on, actually on the first run, when we jumped out the heli, it was quite windy at the top, and I'm sort of 3-4 turns in, and I start hearing the beeping, and I go, "You've got to be kidding me," because I'm on the heli, we've got all 3 of these batteries charged up, and I'm like if this is going to be the problem for the next for all these runs, I'm not going to get any of the heliskiing captured on camera, which obviously I really wanted to show you guys. Now, my backup technique to getting these sorted is quickly taking the GoPro out, sticking it in my glove, and putting some natural heat on it, and that has solved it. It solved it to a point. I managed to get through the day. But one thing I should point out as well is I got this a couple of weeks ago. So this is my brother bought this for me for Christmas. It's the Media Mod. So what this is you actually put the GoPro in here, and that links up, and actually it works on the mic there, and plugs into the GoPro. So I actually put a poll up on the community tab a couple of weeks back and asked you guys if you noticed any improvements with the audio quality. I think a few of you had said you maybe had seen something, a couple hadn't really noticed, but I was thinking this was going to add an extra layer of protection to stop that coldness getting into these GoPros, but that doesn't seem to have happened. So that has been a challenge in making these videos, making these ski videos. Apparently, so from what I've seen, GoPro have released a new battery now. They also released another camera this year. They've released the 11. And these new batteries are the Enduro battery, which a guy who I was heli skiing with, David, on the day, he actually had one, and that pretty much lasted him the entire day. So I am considering, I'm probably going to end up buying one, probably more so for next year at this point, but it's been massively frustrating, and I kind of have sort of felt, I don't know, the sort of my trust in GoPro as a brand and its reliability as a product has in my opinion, I think has waned. I don't know if anybody else, excuse me, I don't know if anybody else feels that about the GoPros. But yeah, like moving past that, like sticking with stuff on the channel. I'm always looking for feedback from you guys actually on these videos. So like, you know, if anybody's watched over the last couple, like what's your thoughts? You know, have you guys sort of seen anything in particular you liked, or was there anything you thought was a little bit too much, or what? You know, yeah, always up for a bit of feedback. So let me know. But an achievement, always important to celebrate achievements. So literally, not yesterday, on Friday, actually, at the end of Friday, coming back from the heli day, checking the analytics and stuff, we've actually just hit 4,000 hours of watch time within the year period. So we already passed the 1,000 subscriber mark a little while ago. So couple that with the 4,000 hours of watch time, that actually meets the criteria now to be able to apply for the YouTube partner program, which is like their access to sort of additional monetization features. And so I guess I kind of wanted to share with you guys that I haven't yet, but at some point I would like to apply to that. And start to engage some more of the features that are actually going to be engaging for the membership. I don't really want to switch on AdSense or anything like that. It's not. I don't really think that works for the channel at this stage. I don't want to do that. But you know, I look at someone like Lucas Catania, who's a pretty big skier, and he's always traveling everywhere, and he has a pretty cool thing with his live streams, and you know, has some members involved in that. And you know, I guess in my mind, sort of initial thoughts might be something along those lines, but you know, keen to hear what you guys feel like on that. I was thinking about this though the other day, because like he's got his group of followers, his community as a whole refers to as the Stoke Squad. Now, I can't take that, although we are in Revelstoke. So I was quite interested to wonder what you guys maybe thought about a name for you as the community that follow Bramski vlogs, and you know, stick with me through all the ups and downs and the quiet periods and the sort of developments that go along the way. So yeah, if you've got any ideas on that, let me know in the comments. I tell you what, whoever comes up with a good name for it, the winner, we'll figure out something on like a competition maybe, but whoever comes up with a good name for this following community here will get a free goggle sock. We'll get a free Bramski goggle sock. I'll send you one. That, by the way, is Miller Lite, which is, I think it's a Canadian beer. Yeah, Miller Brewer Company, Milwaukee. But it's actually brewed by Coors across all over Canada. So, yeah, what I am going to switch on to actually is a local beer. So maybe we could add this as a feature. I don't know what you guys think on that, but there's a local brewery in Revelstoke here called Mount Begbie, and they are actually award-winning. So Mount Begbie it's a really cool brewery actually to go to. If you ever come in to visit Revelstoke, highly recommend checking out their brewery. They see if this is a bit of ASMR for you. There we go. Yeah, it's a cool place to actually go and check out. And on a sunny day, it's actually a really well placed place. It's like just above Revelstoke, near the Hillcrest Hotel, where the heliskiing is. I'm getting to it. I'm getting to the heliskiing clip. It's coming. Yeah, that's a cool place to sit out and have a beer. All right, heliskiing. So, like I said, I'm not gonna reveal too much because there is going to be a video coming out on the heliskiing trip that took place. I'm aiming to try and get that out from the regular Tuesday vlog, 11 a.m. here in Revelstoke time, so that's sort of Pacific Vancouver. It's about 7 p.m. UK, 8 p.m. European. So I'm aiming to get that out for then. So I went with Selkirk Tangiers, which same company I went with last year. They have more than 40 years of experience doing heliski operations here in Revelstoke. So it's they're well versed. They know their areas, and like I touched on it earlier, with the avalanche risk actually being so high this year, that kind of played on my mind in the background a little bit. But I kind of learned from the past that if you just listen to the guides when you're out with the and do exactly what they say, ski where they tell you, 9 times out of 10, like you're not going to go wrong. So yeah, I kind of feel that they ensure you're safe, but you have fun at the same time. Do you know what? Let's roll the little clip I've got for you for the heliskiing. I hope this plays well within the video. So yeah, check this out.
Woohoo! Oh yeah! Oh yeah, baby!
If you like that, guys, give it a thumbs up in the video. On Facebook or on YouTube, wherever you're watching. I really, really hope that those are coming out well, but I suspect they're maybe not streaming that well, actually. But that's just one of the 8 runs that I got in with Selkirk. So initially, the day was penned in for Thursday. Wednesday night, I got the call, and they kind of said straight away that there was going to be touch and go because of the forecast. And when we got there on the Thursday, it was snowing like crazy where we were actually due to take off. As you see from maybe some of the pictures I put out on social media and on the community posts, it was not looking likely, like from day one. Like the helicopter was all covered up. We did the AVI training. We did the orientation of the helicopter. It was the big Huey, which they can fit, I think they can fit 14 if you put everyone in it, like 2, the pilot and the guide at the front, 5 in the middle bit, and then 2 on the side console there. I think that's how many they can fit on the big heli. So they had 60 centimeters of snow in the Alpine from the snow that came during last weekend. And then with the snow that came on the Thursday, there's probably another 10, 15 centimeters on top of that. And anyway, they called it. They said, right, it's going to be a down day. We'll try again on Friday. And yeah, luckily Friday went ahead and it was a blast. That's it. I'm not really going to tell you guys too much more on the heliskiing. But if you do have any questions, like, of course, stick them in there below, and I'll love to answer any questions if anybody's got. Just going to scroll through, see if there's anybody I've missed. So we've got a couple of people watching on YouTube right now. So thanks for those guys who are watching. I know a couple of people have tuned in across the live stream so far. Like I said, like I hope to maybe do more of these. I'll try and aim for one. Like to maybe do one again next week. I was curious about the times of this because the vlogs, when they come out, I kind of do them in a way that is relatively suitable for us here in America, but then also for those in the UK, because I don't want to. I will never forget the a lot of the people from the early days were from the UK when I was working over there, but we get viewers from all over now, which is fantastic, and I love it. Like a large portion of the recent vlogs, like I'll share this with you guys because I look at my analytics all the time, and a large portion of the viewers now are from America and Canada, but then we've also got the UK, followed up by Australia and Germany. I think Australia and Germany are the ones coming in at fourth and fifth right now. So yeah, if you guys want to move up the ladder on that one, tell your friends about Bramski vlogs. But yeah, I was thinking about the timings, but this is Sunday. It's my day off. Kind of sort of nice, relax, and maybe we make this the weekly thing. There's other topics I wanted to talk about, but that could be for a second live stream next week. Like I wanted to talk maybe about some of the things about life generally in Revelstoke, about how it's been this year compared to last year. Potentially a trip back to the UK during shoulder season, not a permanent trip, but stuff to do with like ski gear and tech, because I've done a couple of videos of those this year and they've done pretty well. You guys seem to have liked them, and especially the ones on dope gear, like the snow there. I know that's gone pretty popular. Permanent residency, I know, like that's pretty hot. A lot of people asking them about that, and yeah, I kind of thought it'd be good to address it at some point and bring you guys some information on that. I don't want these live streams to go more than an hour, and actually this is only the third ever live stream I did. I think I did one which was a big thing. I did a live show with a bunch of people from all over the ski industry, mainly in Europe, where this was like I think it was during COVID, and we were discussing a bunch of like stuff on how COVID and Brexit had affected the ski industry mainly in Europe. But I mean, certainly on COVID, there was a lot of evidence of how that had affected the ski industry from last year. And then the other live stream I did was way back 2 odd years ago in Niseko when I first touched down there. So I don't know, like I'm curious to know what your guys' thoughts are on the live streams. You know, if you enjoyed this. We're just about to go 45 minutes. So for doing this for the first time in a long time, I think that's pretty good. And yeah, I think I will schedule one again for next week. So what we can do is that hopefully between then and now, I'll get the heliskiing video out to you guys, and then we can talk about that and just all the other things in the next video. So for those people who have actually tuned in for this first live stream of hopefully many, thanks for doing so. And yeah, if you put your comments in, like I said, like always down to engage. So thanks to Jeremy and Akhtar who got involved in that. Yeah, I think in future maybe we will have to work out some prizes for people who want to put in some put in the whoever gets the best question, that type of thing. So yeah, I mean, 4 people watching right now on YouTube, which is awesome. So thanks very much. If you've just tuned in, feel free to say hi and let me know where you guys are from before we wrap this up. Yeah, and plan tomorrow is want to try and get out to ski, but it's not my priority. My priority tomorrow is to start editing this heli-ski video, because I reckon I'm probably going to have maybe between 10, 15 gigabytes worth of video footage on this. So yeah, I really want to kind of focus down on making sure that that is a good video for you guys to enjoy. It might be a relatively long one, I think, but yeah. Okay. So I'm going to wrap this up right now, guys. Yeah, thanks very much for watching. Feel free. Hang on, I got a comment right at the end here. This is where the live stream might start to extend. Okay, I got someone from Kevin from Kevin, I'm going to butcher this pronunciation. Okay, so from Adirondacks in New York. I probably absolutely butchered that. Okay, so you were skiing with Selkirk early February, Feb 2nd to the 4th, and they had great snow. Do you know where you went with them, Kevin? Like, do you know the runs or the names or anything like that? Oh, perfect. Oh, good. I'm glad I'm glad I got that right. Yeah, do you know roughly where you went skiing with those guys? But yeah, great choice to go with Selkirk. You know, they've been doing it for 40 years. They have one of the largest, if not the largest, I think, terrain. So when I went there, their bases, Kevin, did you fly out of the Hillcrest Hotel, or did they drive you to like another location? Because we went from Albert Canyon. You went south. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so you went in the south area. That is an area I've not done yet. I did bump into some people in the bar at the Hillcrest who had done that on the same day as we were out, and they said that was nice. I didn't actually know that Selkirk had anything south. I thought it was all up in the Selkirks. So yeah, that was. But what was that like? Was that like? Did you have sort of the alpine and glades? What was the balance of the skiing you did? Stayed at the Hillcrest, but we shuttled a short distance to the heliport. Oh, so you actually flew out of the airport, just down on Airport Way. Gotcha. Yeah, I've not flown out of that one, but yeah, Selkirk. Good operation. Glad you had such a good time, mate. Was that your first time in Revelstoke? Was that your first time heliskiing? Like, yeah, talk about that experience. Mixture, had alpines with trees. That's nice. Like, I think that's the beauty of if obviously getting the chance, like, to do that in February, is because then you can actually go into the glades and the trees. Like the one I did last year was right at the end of the season, so we just stayed in the alpine because the snow sort of getting into the trees there just wasn't, it wasn't safe. I guess like the snow would have been quite spring-like at that point. Broken Bubble, Primo, Bubble Trouble. Yeah, definitely didn't do those ones. I think we did. What did we do? We did a couple of ones. I'm trying to remember the names now. One was like logging something. Oh, and it was near a logging road, obviously, but like you could actually see one of the laybys from Highway 1 from when we were doing it. So it was good fun. Did you get many runs in, Kevin? I don't know if you're still there. Did you get many runs in on the day? And Was were you with one of those large groups? Because where you were all like banded together with different people, or did you just sort of go by yourselves? It's was there last year, had a day heli for 2 days, but was grounded second day. Yeah, that's a bummer. Um, yeah, we got. I mean, we can't. I think we kind of knew on our Thursday when we went out to Albert Canyon. I think everybody quietly suspected it was going to be a down day, but you always hope, right? Because you could see all the snow coming down, and you just think like, oh, come on. But it's not something you want to force. Like if the heli pilots are not convinced, don't want to fly because it's not safe, or the guides don't think it's right, you don't want to sort of push them on that, because ultimately, they know that terrain, and if they're saying it's not safe, it's not safe. But I'm glad you got out. It's, it's one of the main reasons Revelstoke's such a unbelievable destination. I was going to say that actually, I think I kind of stopped midway through the heli ski company Selkirk. They had like 2 helis opposite the hill crest in that parking area, and they were all covered up because they're all apparently secured there, not for the guests. They're going to be there just for the Yeti snowboarding competition that's coming into town the next year. So it's all going to be exclusive for these pro snowboarders like Travis Rice and people. My group was 10 plus guides. The heli had 3 groups to handle, and I got nearly 1,100, no, 11,000, nearly 11,000 meters of vertical over 3 days. That's insane. That's insane, Kevin. Oh, fantastic. That's a good bit of skiing, that is. So you're coming back? You're coming back next year? I've noticed a lot in say that each heli ride is like 3 runs. God willing, I'll be back. I mean, it takes a lot out of you, doesn't it? Like, I don't know if you found this, but yeah, Kevin, I don't know if you found this, but when like I was running on adrenaline all day, and you're just like all caught up in the environment, the experience, and just all the enjoyment of it. And then as soon as you touch back down, and you get and you get in the bus and you start driving back, then it all starts sort of hitting you at once. And the day after is a pretty killer on the legs as well. But it's good getting in that bar afterwards and just talking to everyone about the day. And yeah, so cheers to you, Kevin, for a good heli skiing time you had here earlier. And yeah, I hope you're back to Revelstoke at some point too. Definitely. Yeah, actually, do you know it's funny? There was quite a few guys from sort of New York I realized in the last couple of weeks. So I don't know if this is like the perfect time the New York crowd come over, and I don't know. I'm presuming they fly into Calgary or Vancouver or Seattle and then connect over to Kelowna. But yeah, that's yeah, it's nice. The guys I was skiing with, it was nice. I was just by myself in this group of 10, like you were. Cheers. I enjoy your videos. Well, thanks for commenting in on this, Kevin. I think I'll do some more of these because, yeah, it's a nice way to kind of maybe meet a couple more of the followers and stuff like this, talking to you about how your experiences were as well, and answering any questions. I'm probably going to wrap this up now. Yeah, thanks for watching, Kevin. Thanks to everyone else who's tuned into this video. If you are new to the channel, then be sure to subscribe. Please do like this video, and feel free to tune in. We flew into Calgary and drove to Revelstoke. Beautiful drive. Nice. One of the lucky days where you can drive through Rogers Pass and not get stuck. But yeah, I'll check in with you guys again. So thanks, Kevin. Take care. Thanks, Jeremy and Akhtar, for commenting. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next one.